everyone. We're here in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm with Chad Rehnberg, and he lives in the Shawnee neighborhood, a distressed community right in the heart of the city. And I just wanted you to meet him and hear a little bit about his story. So Chad, it's good to have you here today. And tell me a little bit about how you ended up where you're at, a little bit of your background and your story, if you would.
Gotcha. Well, I've been a youth pastor for most of my life, and God kind of laid it on my heart to take my students into these kind of neighborhoods because I was going to help them in their faith. And what God ended up doing was breaking me and getting me to the place where I just knew I had to move in. And so I moved my wife and 3 kids at the time, and have since had number 4. And we live what my neighbors would call deep in the West. And we hang out in the hood. And we are here because there are way more good people than bad in our neighborhood, and just love Jesus and love hanging out with people.
And you're working with Youth for Christ, and you're in the middle of raising support for that. And tell me what your mission is as far as what are you trying to do in the Shawnee neighborhood?
Well, with Youth for Christ, we're moving a ministry called City Life down in that really works to empower urban youth to take back their communities for Christ. And City Life, as a part of City Life, we do something called Project Serve. Okay. And what we do is we take people on short-term mission trips into the West End, into our neighborhood. We spend about 50% of our time mobilizing the people in the neighborhood on mission trips, about 25% of our time with folks from our surrounding area, and then 25% of our time with folks from everywhere else that want to come to Louisville and stay with some of our partners and serve and learn to give themselves away.
Tell me a little bit more. I know we were talking earlier when you were, when you were younger, 12 to 16, you had a point where you really just kind of fell away, and so I think that's probably helped you to identify with some of the people that are in your community. Share a little bit more about your story, if you would.
Yeah, well, from 12 to 16, I went off and did what most people do in college, and God just got a hold of me one New Year's Eve night at a party, and I ended up surrendering my life to Jesus, and just haven't been the same since.
That's pretty amazing. So tell me, it's interesting because we meet people like you, Chad, who are living incarnationally in the city. I mean, there's so many different things that you do. I know you used to work at Southeast Christian, a huge church here in Louisville, and why live in the heart of the Shawnee neighborhood, a distressed community? It's difficult. I'm sure you've had a lot of stories to share, but why do that? What motivates you to do that?
Matthew 10:39 says, "Whoever finds his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my name's sake will find it." And we believe in the core of our being that when we work at losing our life for his name's sake, that there's something that is so fulfilling with that. It's not easy, but there's something that's so fulfilling in living that out that it just makes all of it just worthwhile.
So you found that the more that you give your life away, the more that you get in return.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Thank you so much, Chad, for what you're doing, living in the neighborhood with the people, investing into people's lives. You're making a huge impact for God's kingdom. So thank you so much for what you do. Appreciate you, man. God bless you.
Thanks.